Well, last week in London at the Mansion House, the UK was setting out proposals for the future of the banking system. Some of this will have implications for the Isle of Man. And Nick from KPMG is with us, and you've been studying the fine print of what was going on there. And you flagged up a few things that might have potential problems for us on the Isle of Man?
Potentially, yes. In terms of the background to this, the UK government established the Independent Commission on Banking, chaired by Sir John Vickers, in 2010. This followed on from the financial crisis. The Commission released their final report in September 2011. So this white paper is really a follow-up to that and is giving the UK Treasury's proposals for implementation of the recommendations in that report.
So they flag up some ideas at this stage, just broad strokes, is it, to make some changes and ask for opinions and views?
Correct, yes. This is part of a consultation exercise. In terms of detail, there is detail in some areas, but there is still a long way to go in terms of fleshing out exactly how the proposals will be implemented.
Okay, well, let's cut to the chase. What's flagged up, as far as you're concerned, not in a good way for the Isle of Man?
Right, well, the three main areas, the three main sets of measures included in the report are, firstly, ring fencing, which we'll come to more in a moment, loss absorbency, so effectively the bank's ability to take on some losses without needing to be bailed out. And the third set of measures is in respect of competition in the banking industry. Now, ring fencing is the one of most relevance to the Crown dependencies. In particular, there is a restriction at the moment in the proposals that states that UK ring-fenced banks would not be able to undertake any banking activities through a subsidiary or branch in a non-EEA country.
Well, I mean, that sounds massive to me. Is that as big as it sounds?
The main point there is the fact that the Isle of Man at the moment isn't part of the EEA. Now, on the positive side, the white paper does include a recognition that they are working with the authorities in the Crown dependencies, so Jersey and Guernsey in addition to the Isle of Man, to establish a possible exemption which would allow the Crown dependencies to be within the ring fence. So there is a recognition of that. At the moment, though, there isn't any detail in terms of exactly how the ring fence would work.
So that's where the Isle of Man needs to... I mean, Mr Tier was there at the event. This is where he should now be, in your view, no doubt, making the appropriate noises.
Well, to a certain extent, it is a wait-and-see exercise. As I said, there's not much detail in the report at the moment. What the banking industry would be well served to do would be to actually look at their structure, look at their interaction with the UK banks, and also look at the nature and extent of services they provide into EEA countries versus non-EEA countries.
So in summary, what should the Isle of Man be doing? Anything? I mean, is there anything anyone should be doing? Is it down to companies or is it down to governments too?
It's down to the individual banks who need to consider their own positions. Some banks may be better placed in the ring fence than others. So banks individually will need to look at their position, their structure, their interaction with the UK, and also their nature and extent of services in the EEA region. The government itself and the regulators will also need to look at the position of the industry as a whole, and in particular where the paper states that the UK government is working with the offshore centres is really look at what conditions would be necessary for the exemption to be in place.